Kgothatso,
Yes, sir.
how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
I feel so niche.
Yeah, that's the best feeling ever, eh?
Right?
Yeah, there's
I don't feel like
that.
mass.
Yeah, feel like niche, man.
I feel like niche.
Yeah.
Now, I think this is the perfect song to start the show with, or start our conversation with.
Yeah.
You can be whatever you want to be.
If you put your heart at it. Yeah. So, I love the song because it gives hope, It's nice rapping to kids and telling them that they can be whatever they want to be.
Yeah.
If they work hard at it and if they are determined. And I think hard work pays, and not a lot of people see that, especially as a kid.
Yeah.
Kokasi, from a previously disadvantaged background.
Yeah.
You don't see the light. You don't have any motivation or anything.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, all I have is this around me. You know? But Nas is telling us there that you can, if you put your mind at it, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are a CA.
Yes.
Qualified.
100%.
But you've got this niche perfume.
Yeah.
You and your wife.
It's Parfumes.
Parfum. I knew it. I knew it.
It's Parfum.
I knew it. Niche parfum.
Yeah.
That you and your wife are running.
Yes.
There's always this tension between day job, putting bread on the table,
yes,
and this burning sensation or desire to follow passion.
Yeah, 100%.
And when you read and you listen to others, they say passion, you never get tired.
Yeah.
When work, you're not necessarily that inspired.
Yeah.
But hey, what puts bread on the table?
Yes.
How do you even strike a balance between the two?
So, firstly, I'll say to that, there are, let's say, people who have passion for whatever brings money, and they have energy to follow that, and they can do that.
Yeah.
And those are rare individuals.
Yes.
But you also have, I love putting this way in a triangle, and I borrowed this from the Christian theology.
Okay.
That there's work, which is duty, and then there's passion, which is delight, and then there's a reward. So it's a triangle.
So duty,
work,
delight,
passion,
reward.
Yes.
Triangle.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a triangle. And I think you are most blessed if you can find those three pillars in one triangle. And when you look at yourself, you're like, okay, I love what I do. So there's love, passion, and then what you do, work, and then reward at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you have many individuals who love what they do, so they have work that they love.
Yep.
So there's passion and there's work there, but then there's no reward. You get great musicians. We know that this person can kill production, but it's not rewarding for them.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you have someone who works in corporate. They don't like what they're doing, but it's rewarding. There's no passion, but the work is there. I carry a CA, for example. I enjoyed what I was doing. I enjoyed the CA work, but I just had conflicting passions, and I think the greater one took over. But you work in corporate, but you don't like what you're doing. So there's work there, but there's no passion, but also it pays you a lot of money. You see, so that person doesn't have
the full triangle.
Yeah, the full triangle.
It's a lopsided triangle.
Yes, 100%. So, but it's the reality of life. Not everyone is gonna have that triangle. But for me, I think I'm blessed, and I thank the Lord that I love what I'm doing, and it's rewarding me, and I feel fulfilled.
When you say reward, because sometimes reward doesn't feel like it has to be monetary.
Yeah.
Is there another way of being rewarded, just being satisfied, being happy? You use an example of a musician.
Yes.
A musician is rewarded by the fact that his song is reaching so many ears and healing others.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, definitely there's that. But and you're right that reward is not always linked to monetary. It could be something fulfilling in you, And if you're doing that and you are fulfilled with what you have worked out or what you do, and that's a reward for me, But also we're living in a world where money means a lot. You have to
Fagmat.
You need to pay bills, you need to pay the rent, you need to do all of those things. And I can tell you that if the money is not coming in for most people, there is discomfort or not so contentment, the individual is not content. So money does play a role, it does. But also I think it's you have to define your own reward in what you're doing. It varies from individual to individual.
We also have still, by the way, a generation from our generation to your generation to even the current generation who are now currently doing their primary schooling.
Yes.
The very schooling is preparing them for work. Not necessarily to, inspire the fire in them to become who they want to be, like Nas says.
100%,
right? So, and that's the nature of how the curriculum is set out.
Yes.
So now, what do we say to them? See it through? Earlier on, Sizo had a question on open line. This guy is sitting with offers. One pays more than what his passion could ever pay him. And he needs to decide where to go. And he then says, Caesar to him, well, do chase the money now. Because of your age, you're still young. Do what you have to do so that when you have money, you can do what you want to do.
That's a great advice, I think. So I think according to the teachings, there's a song airing Tuto Kelesedi, and I think that's
I think that is Judas Ipuma.
Is the beginning is that Tuto Kelesedi. So especially depending on backgrounds, there are kids who come from like backgrounds that are well off, and they can afford anything, and then they tell them, okay, we're gonna set up this business for you. You can see if you go to town sometimes you see these businesses, you'll see kids every day there, and like you're like, are these kids not supposed to be at school? But they're busy running businesses with their dads and family businesses and stuff like that. They've got it figured out. We don't know, maybe the homeschooling is happening in the background. It might be a
but at face value.
We don't know. But I think that's a great approach if you have resources, to teach people what to do. To do what they want to do, and then Kospaning, they work there, or they work with you. Let's say I recently had a child now.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. My daughter grows up, and when she's like around grade 7, she's like, Daddy, I wanna run this business with you. We'll opt for, let's teach you at home the basics, like homeschooling type of vibe, and then you can run the business with me so that you learn, and then when you reach your 23rds and your friends are graduating, you have real business knowledge. You can hire
real life.
The graduates. Those guys, you can identify talent from varsity or from the institutes, and then put them in your team, and then build a legacy with them. You see. So, but also for the disadvantaged people, not so fortunate, I think to the Gilesedi, you need to see it through. I heard on TikTok someone saying that, have you noticed that education breaks generational curses?
True.
He says there's this generational curse, you think people are poor or whatever and stuff like that. But the one that goes to school breaks that. So is it a generational curse or is it a generational mindset? And I think school is important. I wouldn't tell someone to say, okay, sharp, leave school, focus there, unless if they see, or what, school doesn't work for me. I'm from Alex. There's a boy across go Jarapenyak. That boy could unpack an engine and put it back, fix a car at like.
When you say boy, how young is this man?
He was in Boma grade 8, grade 9.
Wow. Teenager.
Teenager, like 14, 15, 16. Like you can see that this boy is gifted with this, but the numbers, he can't pass.
Because they're asking this fish to climb a tree.
100%. So for such a person, then we need to, I think the curriculum in South Africa needs to be broad enough to say,
vocational training.
Focus on these people. And we're not just going to give them a qualification because they don't have a metric. Because what happens is they give them a low entry level type of, when you go look for a job, they're like, oh, you don't have a varsity honors and stuff like that, therefore you're going to be a low earning job. I think they need to train them and recognize those qualifications properly so that those people can make a good living out of that.
This is where the TVET colleges are coming in, and they need to come in quite strongly because I think we are basketing people.
Yes.
And trying to use the same measuring system for all of them when they are differently wired. Now, why perfume?
I think it's a passion that I've always had, but I never knew that I could make it into a business. You know.
Oh, okay.
And perfumes plays a beautiful and a wonderful role in our everyday life, whether you recognize it or you don't. You know, there are things that you just smell and they take your memory back. You know, you just remember your grandmother cooking. There's a fragrance that we have, Beautiful Gate. It always reminds me of a house full of kids when we were kids, and my grandmother and my aunt, my mom. They're busy baking there and they're busy like trying to bake with them.
In the kitchen.
No, it smells like it smells like the kukunyana. So you know,
it's got that
vanilla essence, powdery vibes. So it's very homely. With that, we even had to turn it into a diffuser so that
I see.
If you have a workplace, you can put it there or at your house, but it feels homely. When someone walks in and it smells like that, it's like I have arrived in a home. So, but then I think why perfumes? It's that passion that I was following, and I think I also saw the future reward. At the point, it was just taking a risk when I transitioned from being a CA to say, okay, I'm gonna venture into this perfumery thing. It was okay, let me test it out and see. I was just taking a risk to see what future value is there, because I can tell you at the moment when I made the decision to switch careers, I wasn't sure about the value this would bring. But I wanted to attempt, and those who attempt are the ones who enjoy great reward, right? No risk, no reward.
If you don't risk it, you won't reward it.
No cut, no glory. So
when? Because that is always the question, right?
Yes.
When do I jump from where I am so trained? Because think about it. How many years did it take you to get the CSSA?
It took me a while, plus that's
easily a decade.
CTA was just chowing me at some point.
So let's just easily say 10 years, right? And then you jump over a project that you started 6 months ago.
So, I think, so there were many contributing factors. It was not just about passion. So the first one was that when I qualify, I'm going to step into a manager role. And I'm looking at how much I'm going to be making from a manager role and what are my responsibilities at home. So I'm taking care of my family, my siblings, my brother is in college. I need to help him, my mom, you know. So once I step into a manager role, I have more responsibilities. I don't have time to hustle on the street. So when this thing started, I was selling from the back of my boot, the car. So I would go park at a garage, approach people, sell to them, here's a perfume. If you like it, here's my number. Some would buy and some wouldn't. On Saturdays, I would go to like parks. Sometimes I would go to the parks lifestyle, park my car there because people are around the park, you know, and I approach them. But I knew that if I enter into a manager role, my salary increase is going to be low. It's like maybe 7,000, 8,000, which still doesn't meet my demands properly. I can't live comfortably. I have to go back home and build a house. You know, and then I'm looking at this. I'm like, if I'm making almost my salary, Kari perfume, and it's my side hustle. You know, and I sacrifice the most important hours of my life to corporate, and I'm making this much, and I sacrifice the breadcrumbs of my hours into the perfumes, but I can still make that.
Sure.
You know, so I was like, okay, if I switch things, I sacrifice, I take all those important hours, the 40 hours a week, 8 to 5, and then I put it into the perfume, into this craft. I think the trajectory will be better. So let me see if what happens if I do that. But it was a calculated risk because I had recently qualified as a CA. So I know that if Kamo it doesn't work out, I can find a job the next week. I've built relationships with the banks because I was in the financial services. You know, the top banks, I know people there. I can knock and they'll give me a job. So for me, a lot of people will like praising me and say, oh, that's a big jump. But it was more of a calculated risk. You know. And because of this, I also had like saved up some money to start so that I had a good start for the perfume. So I planned everything properly. So I would say if you want to jump, make sure that you've planned properly, because you don't want to leave your job for something that's not viable. You can see that this thing is not viable, but you just want to jump at it. Calculate the risk. You know, it's good to be risk averse, but also a risk taker as well on the other side.
That's right.
But also at all points and at all costs, you need to calculate the risk.
Who said yes? Because every passion, every project, every idea, somebody on the other side must say yes. It may not necessarily be a bank, it may not necessarily be a parent. So who said yes, do it? Because we all need that. We are communal people. You always
100%.
need somebody that even when the going gets tough, that yes just says to you, no, I can't give up. I have to move on. I have to move and do this thing.
So for my own experience, it was a different story. Nobody said yes. So coming from audit, I work with my peers, you know. We just qualified. Some are going to be private equity managers. Some are going to go into corporate finance. All these fancy things. And CA also is a prestigious qualification, you know, career. So I'm selling these fragrances with not so nice packaging, and they're still selling like for 350, 450, whatever, because I was still starting out, you know. And even the guys that I work with, they don't buy my stuff. Nobody believes in it. You know, nobody believes in it. They like, and I can tell you that I took the decision internally and I had to process it for a long time because it was absurd. People were like, this is ludicrous. How can you work 7 to 10 years for this CA and then just leave it like that? You know, ditch it out. Are you gonna go? I don't even have a store. I don't have a online thing. They like, you crazy, bro. Go into the firms, go into the bank, go find a job at R&B or something. You know, and my wife, who was then my girlfriend then, I'm even scared to tell her that this is what I want to do. Because when she met me, we're doing articles. She knows
she's also CA?
Yeah, she's also CA. She knows, my future hubby is going to be a CA, you know? My mom there at home, my grandmother.
Come on.
My grandmother sacrificed a lot for me to get the qualification. And they all like, how are you going to do this? Like, I'm scared to tell them. And I can tell you, the first person I told, because I was close to her, almost seeing every day, was my wife. She was going to see if I don't work. So I had to tell her, you know, that, you know what, I'm out. And then my parents, my grandparents, my family, I told them 4 months later.
Once you started seeing, no, this boat is sailing.
So no, while I could see, 100%, but I could see that I can still do what I used to do for them, and they can't see.
Nothing will change.
Nothing has changed. You know, they can't notice that this guy doesn't work anymore. You know, so that's when I decided, okay, I've been sustaining you for the past 4 months, but this is the decision that I took, and they couldn't believe. And even after that, at work, the colleagues that I used to work with, when I left, they used to ask my wife, is KG serious? You know, is he still for years, for like 2 years, they would still ask her, you know, please tell him if he needs a job, he can come back. You know? Because they never believed. But if you have a dream and you can see that this thing is the one, my encouragement to you is that pursue it, because not everyone can see it, you know. People start jumping now on the bandwagon because they can see like a level of success. We've achieved something, I would like to think. So now they start to believe, they, you know, realize that there was a dream here and you followed it, and they put some respect on it.
All right. This is Kgothatso from Niche Perfumes. Parfume.
Yes.
I must say that. Parfume.
100%.
Find them on socials where, by the way?
So we are on TikTok. It's nicheperfumes_RSA. Instagram, nicheperfumes_RSA. And then we also have a website, www.nicheperfumes.co.za. We have a store in Parkhurst, 4th Avenue, the famous store. We have another one in Main, Pretoria.
Okay.
And then we have a factory outlet in Four Ways, River Sands Outlet Park. And on the 30th of this month, 30 October, we're opening a new store on Allendale in Midrand, which is the birthplace of the brand.
Birthplace?
Yeah, birthplace. So, yes, birthplace. I would say birthplace because that's where Niche was registered. the address niche was registered.
Yes.
And then I started saying, okay, sharp, I'm pushing, or that's where I make the decision that I'm following this thing, and registered it and started trading there. So I used to sell from my apartments. A lot of people would come to visit, you know.
What's na furniture? I get around furniture.
Yeah, because I knew that people are coming, you know. But there was a time I had a couch. It was a second-hand couch. That I bought. It's a beautiful couch, but it needed to be reupholstered. So and I took it to this guy from Alex Oshap and Reupholstery. He did a phenomenal job. And I had two people visiting. This girl Atla. You know, she wants to see the perfumes and stuff like that. And on the balcony.
Yes.
So there was no couch on there. You know. This girl utila tamaka posh Panamera. The lady, she came ka posh Panamera. You know, so I bring her in again, and her boyfriend also followed ka G-Wagon. They coming, and that was the last time I saw them. I think they were like, I tried to reach out to her. She really liked our fragrance. Says, but I think the boyfriend, we say, man, let's go somewhere else, you know, where things like that. But
where it matches our progress.
Yeah, where it matches our, because man, I was like intimidated that day. But I knew that things will be fine.
No, they came back.
And you can't explain to these people.
You are just not aware. They came back.
And you can't tell these people that man, my couch is somewhere else.
No.
You can't justify yourself.
Kgothatso is here. More about the man after this. Kgothatso Moloto, the man behind Niche Parfumes, is here. And we're talking about his journey.
Yes.
Most of your perfumes are unisex. Or all of them?
So most of them are unisex. And reason being, I think unisex takes more art, you know, it takes more art for the perfumer and creativity and also thought for the perfumer to be able to make a unisex fragrance. Because what we used to traditionally, if you go back like 10 years ago, it's fragrances were made for, these ones are for males and these ones are for females.
Yes.
And I think the strategy, the brands were strategic because most of those were by designer brands. So if a fragrance is also a brand, a clothing brand, it's a designer fragrance. So the designer brands would say, okay, we have these many people according to stats that are male. Let's make them a fragrance.
Yes.
You know, and then they make them a fragrance, and then they sell to those. And then we have these females, and then they make them a fragrance.
Sure.
But then also, the designers are not, it's not their specialty. Fragrances are not. They go to a fragrance house, and then the fragrance house makes them a perfume, and then they go on and sell. But then on the other side, you have niche perfumes, or they call them indie houses. It's companies that only do perfumes. You know, so your business is perfumes, so it's viable for successful brands to make maybe a female fragrance or a male fragrance, but most of the time the perfumer needs to balance the fragrance so that it appeals to both markets, so that you can sell to both people. But they are more artistic, as I'm saying. It takes more thoughts, intention, creativity, and it's more artistic, you know. And also we try to make them seasonless, you know, so that you don't have this fragrance that only sells in the winter, because your business is perfumes. If you have this fragrance and it's a banger, but it only sells in the summer, what do you do for the winter? What do you do for the, you know, so the fragrance needs to be balanced to be seasonless. So that's what we specialize in. We specialize with unisex fragrances, both male and female can wear them without feeling like this is overly feminine or overly masculine, and also for all seasons.
You brought through the Explorer box. Which we've been trying. It's like 8 bottles, 10 mils. Then you can try it yourself. Some of the big names that Niche Parfumes already have in this one box. How much is that box for one to buy?
It's 2,750 for 8 of them.
For 8 of them? And then you can try, and then the one you really fall in love with, then you decide, then I can go, what, 50 mil, 100?
Yes. So we have a smallest one, which is a 6, it's a 2 ml times 8. But this one, it's so those ones are like, if you want to find out which fragrance you might like, you know. And then this one, we call it the Explorer box, because it's for the explorer, someone who says, okay, Sharp, I know what I like, but maybe I'm looking for a variety now, rather than spending 2.7 on one perfume.
That's
Let
right.
me get 8 of them in 10 mls, so you can explore, you can layer, see which one works with which, do a date night, morning, day perfumes, and all of, you can play around and see what you like and what you don't like.
Yes.
And this is my favorite product out of everything that we have, because it allows you to do that, and also it's a travel type of a thing. If you're traveling, you don't want to be having like 50 mils, say 5 in your bag or something like that. You can just take
just pop it in there.
Pop it in here, and then apply so that you can put this in your bag. It's very nice and simple. And then you just interchange between the scents. It's good for traveling. This travel season is upon us.
That's right.
If you have this, you're good. Also, it's summer. You can just put 8 summer fragrances in there and enjoy your summer.
Let's talk about scaling.
Yes.
Something that I find our entrepreneurs are still struggling with.
Yeah.
You have a product, but how do you scale it? You have gone to big retailers to help you with distribution. Edgar's, for instance. No?
No.
How did you even know where to start and open a store? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because usually when you have a product such as this, let me go to Edgar's, because they have, the cosmetic section.
Yeah.
And they're open to hearing entrepreneurs come onto onto their platform to help them with distribution.
Yeah. So I think scaling is it's a difficult task to do, and I can't say we've figured it out. We're still trying to figure it out. We're still working. So people might look at our brand and think they've got it figured out. No, we're still struggling with things like scaling and those type of things. But we have also decided what we were going to do as a brand. We said that we are niche. We don't want to be mixed up with many other things to be watered down,
Yes.
When a person thinks of niche, they must be clear what they're thinking of. You know, it's not mixed with and no, I'm not trying to be funny, but like Dubai fragrances or whatever. For example, there are platforms that sell everything,
Yes.
You've got a fragrance that's going for 180, 200, and then you have another one that's going like for 3,000, We're not trying to be everywhere. And also the name says it niche, where for a particular person. But we believe that over the years, we are 4 years now, I think when we get to 10 years, we're going to have an established brand, proper standalone established brand. But scaling, yes, we are scaling. We are in talks for European market with
nice.
some people in there.
Okay. We
want to take the brand to Slovakia. Someone was in Slovakia. Was in China. A Slovakian was in China. They met someone with my fragrance, Solchak particularly. They want to take the business to Slovakia. The money is there. It's just preparation, of how we take it there. But there's a big market for us on that side, even rest of Africa. There's a lot that you can do besides going to all the big retailers, by yourself. But also, if your product allows you to go into the big retailers and play there, do it. It also depends on how you feel. We don't feel like we need to be like sitting alongside other non-niche brands, or we want to be, people must think straight about who we are and what we do.
We also need to talk about what is it with the CA mind and business. I'll give you an example. Lazy Makoti left her auditing profession. Matebe, Beauty on Tab, left her profession. Theo from Batu left her profession. And I'm sure we can count more. But I'm sitting across one now. There's just something in it. But I want to take it further. What is it that makes you guys build sustainable businesses? Because they do look solid. And Theo is a shining example. Yes. Matebe is a shining example. Lazy Makoti is a shining example. What is it that others are not doing that you do to make this business stand? And that's the thing about perfumes, that you can't own it. I can smell it, that you are wearing the same perfume as me, but because of my own chemistry
and pH levels,
it smells different.
100%.
And it can hit the next person differently. Right?
Yes.
Now, what is it about the world of finance? Is it the world of finance that makes you guys so shrewd, so future focused? What is it? Because should I start a business tomorrow, I know there are some hoops I may trip over,
So I think, I'll speak for myself. I'll say this journey of the level of achievement that we've achieved, it's all been by grace, the grace of God.
Amen.
But I'll also say that as the interview started, I mentioned that people were worried that I'm throwing down the drain, the qualification that I had and everything that I've learned before. But certainly that's not the case, because it pivots where I'm going now. It shapes the way I think, my problem-solving skills. The SAICA framework for you to qualify as a CA, it's very stringent. It's very, it's something difficult to achieve.
Yes.
So once you go through that and achieve through, or go through that framework, you are a different man. Even the CTA by itself, the qualification CTA, those kids in varsity, they know what it does, to you. It builds character because it's very tough. So I'll say that there is an advantage because of what you've went through and what you've learned, and the way the profession is so dynamic, the way it adds so much value to you. So that is an advantage to people who are in finance. Let me not just say CAs, but finance, you think about money in a different way, I've seen a lot of guys who do, like, there's a guy that I know who was in finance and he used to fund people in mines, like small mining companies, and now he started his own company. They do the same thing, which is, it's a beautiful thing, we can identify also opportunities. This is how this thing gets done, and then you do your own thing there. But I think it helps. Sustainability, decision making, problem solving skills, adaptability, and all of those things.
Not everyone, Kgothatso, can afford and go and do what you did. It's expensive. It's time consuming and so on and so forth. Yet the vision is there, the passion for it is there, the drive is there. What is it that they need to do to make sure that whatever they start stands?
So I read a book. It's called The Art of Plodding. I think it shaped my mind. So it's from
The Art of Plodding.
Yeah, The Art of Plodding.
Okay.
I have a PDF. I'll share it with you.
Please.
And that there's where he talks about men employing man hour. So he's saying, and that's how Bill Gates built what they built. They can identify talent. They can identify, you need to, as a businessman, it doesn't matter whether you did finance or you didn't do finance. Because my business is not thriving only because I'm a CA. You get what I'm saying? I need people who can do marketing. I need people who can sell. I need people who can do photography. I need other decision makers, people who can hire people who
smarter than you,
can
actually
train. Yes, people who are smarter than me. You need to have the ability to gather those people, identify them, and use it to your advantage. When I read the book, I always had a feeling that I wish I can get someone who thinks like me. My wife is there with me, but obviously she does other things on the side, and with a baby and these things. I used to say I wish I had someone like me so that I could multiply myself 3 times. I could take over the world, But the people are there. You just need to trust them, or you just need to identify them and bring them in. But also, I would like to say, it's not only CAs, that are successful. People from all different, some with not even educational background, but they are successful.
True.
And I think when I think of it from my part, and as I said, that I think it's grace, but all this CA thing does add value to what I'm doing. I think there's a principle in the Bible and in Proverbs. The proverb says that, see a man skillful in his labor, he will stand before kings and not before obscure men. And then another one says that the diligent will rule, but the lazy or the slothful will be put to forced labor.
Yes.
And there's scriptures that says that the Lord will bless the labor of your hands. There's a parable of the talents where there are 3 guys. One is given 10 talents, 1 2 talents, 1 talent. The one with 10 talents, he multiplies it and makes profit of it. The one with 2 talents, he does the same. The one with 1 talent, he takes his talent and he buries it and waits for the master to return. When the master returns, the one with 10 talents made profit. Well done, good and faithful servant. The one with 2, the same. The one with 1, why did you not invest and make profit of what you have?
That's right.
And he says that I was scared of doing
of losing,
you know,
the talent you gave me,
the talent you gave me. And I think that's how people should think. It's if you have a talent and you are diligent in it, who will stand before kings? The diligent, right? If you are consistent with what you do, you are committed to what you do, you show up, you respect your hustle, and you put our fragrances are named. Some of the fragrances have meaningful names, like a Meraki, which is also one of our best-selling fragrance. It basically means to pour out your soul into your craft. You know, so if you do that, at some point you will stand before kings and not before obscure men. And it doesn't matter what you do. You could be like cleaning the floors.
That's right. It's how diligent and dedicated are you to do it.
Yes. You can't say, okay, I'm at work and then my boss is not around and I'm not going to do anything, and you only work when they are around. The very same Bible says that you must work even in their absence as though you are working for the Lord. You know, the Lord sees you. He's the one that will reward you. And that's why I'm saying that this is grace. For my part, I work hard, I commit, I am diligent, and I pour out my soul into this craft, you know. So
Mara, leave some for your wife. How?
No, she does. We do that together. Yeah, okay. and the baby that's still young, and she's coming. She's coming. Yeah. So yeah.
Man, yeah. I wish I had more time. I love the story.
Yeah.
I love the philosophy behind it. I have a challenge for you.
Yes.
You need to document it. You know so much. There's a science behind it. Don't think it is something that is out there. It is not.
Yeah.
Not in the way that you put it. Not the way an Alexander boy puts it. Put it in a book. It's a philosophy we can easily pass on and teach. Yeah. Because where is the future of this country to get out of the doldrums of unemployment? It's in entrepreneurship.
100%.
Entrepreneurs need to read something.
Yeah.
Like you read The Art of Plodding.
Yeah.
That sparks that fire and says, at least I have somebody, maybe not physically, but in words, that can make me walk this journey. That triangle you spoke about, it's something that needs to be unpacked. Because then it gives you the why.
Yeah.
Without the why, nothing stands. And then it goes into this book goes into the journey, your journey, of how you came to put niche as it is. Actually, I can even see the title. Be a niche. Right? So this book must happen.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Just write it.
Lebo, I hope you're listening.
Thank you.
There's a friend of my wife who's been pursuing me. We need to write this book.
My brother, thank you.
Sure.
For being brave. And it is with that that makes us say, Evan, this thing is possible.
Yes.
Keep shining. May your family grow. May niche multiply.
Thank you very much. Appreciate those words, brother.
Keep shining, brother.
Sure.